All right, let's get right into it. This is probably one of the biggest questions in the world of relationships. Can someone with an avoidant attachment style actually change? Can they build a secure, loving bond? It's a question that feels heavy, right? But today, we're going to unpack the surprising truth. I mean, really think about that for a second. We're talking about someone whose entire system is wired for self-sufficiency. Closeness can feel like suffocation, and independence feels like survival itself. So can they really learn to lean on someone else, to be truly vulnerable? It's kind of like asking them to become fluent in a language they've spent their whole life trying not to hear. Well, here's the good news, and I want to put it right up front. The answer is a huge, resounding yes. It's not just possible, it's totally achievable. Your attachment style is not a life sentence. There's actually a map that can guide you from avoidance to security, and we're going to walk through it together. Okay, so before we can find the way out, we have to understand the maze. We need to get into the internal conflict that really defines the avoidance style. I like to call it the avoidance paradox. You know, what's so wild is this deep internal tug of war. See, avoidants aren't cold or emotionless, not at all. The book Attached makes it super clear that they have the exact same need for connection as everyone else. But, and this is the paradox, their brain is programmed to slam the brakes on that need. Imagine wanting love more than anything, but also being terrified of it, all at the same time. It's gotta be exhausting. So how does someone manage that conflict? Well, they use this whole toolkit of what researchers call deactivating strategies. Now, these aren't mean-spirited or malicious. They're actually really powerful and often subconscious self-protection tools. Their whole job is to keep intimacy and the threat it seems to represent at a very safe distance. And here's a look inside that toolkit. I bet some of these sound familiar. Like focusing on your partner's tiny flaws, the way they chew, their laugh, anything to create a little bit of distance. Or what about pining for the phantom ex? You know, the one who seems so perfect now that they're safely in the past. It's also that classic move of pulling away the second things start feeling really good. These aren't just quirks, you guys. They are very smart, very effective tactics to push intimacy away before it gets too close for comfort. So let's keep going, because it's not just about the things they do. It's about the powerful stories, these inner traps that keep the whole cycle going. First up, we've got the phantom ex. Oh, this is a classic. See, once a real person is gone, the threat of real intimacy is gone too. And what happens? Suddenly that ex is put up on a pedestal. They're perfect, they're idealized. And this phantom makes it absolutely impossible for any new, real, flawed human being to ever measure up. It's the perfect way to sabotage a new connection. And right alongside that is the myth of the one. This is that fairy tale belief that true love should be easy, effortless, no conflict. So the moment a real-world relationship problem comes up, the brain goes, see, this isn't the one. And it becomes the perfect excuse to pull away and keep searching for a fantasy that, let's be honest, just doesn't exist. Okay, so this is so important. Recognizing these thoughts for what they are is your first real step toward freedom. That nagging feeling, that focus on flaws, that longing for an ex, it's not a sign from the universe that you're with the wrong person. It's a defense mechanism kicking in. And once you can see the machine, you can start to take it apart. So, we've identified the traps. Now for the good part. Let's talk about the solution. How do you actually start replacing those old defensive habits with a totally new language, the language of connection? And this is where the incredible work of Dr. Sue Johnson comes into play. Her book, Hold Me Tight, completely changed the game. It gave us a real science of love, showing that this stuff, this connection thing, isn't some big mystery. It's a process, one that we can actually understand and learn to shape. At the very heart of her work is this one simple, powerful question that we are all deep down asking our partners. Are you there for me? She breaks it down with the acronym ARE. First is A for accessibility. Can I even get to you? Are you open? Next is R for responsiveness. If I reach out, can I count on you to respond? And finally, E for engagement. Do you value this connection enough to stay close? This right here is the secret code to a secure bond. So how does an avoidant start speaking this new language? It's all about small, deliberate steps. First, just notice the urge, that feeling of needing to bolt. But instead of just acting on it, you communicate it. Calmly. I need some space. And here's the key. You add reassurance. But I care about you. The final step, the bravest one, is to share the feeling behind it. I feel paralyzed right now. And this is how the rewiring begins. Every single time you take a small risk like that, and it goes well,
It teaches your nervous system that vulnerability doesn't lead to disaster, it leads to connection. It completely reframes vulnerability from a weakness you have to hide to the very thing that builds real strength and trust.
Now here's the thing. This journey is almost never a solo mission. The kind of partner you're with can make a world of difference. The book Attached calls this the secure buffering effect. Basically, a secure partner acts like a safe harbor. They don't get freaked out when an avoidant needs space. They stay calm. They stay available. Their steady presence is like a living, breathing example of security that over time can actually help heal their partner's old wounds. It's pretty amazing. So how can couples actually build this connection, especially when those deep, heavy talks feel like way too much pressure? The secret is in shared moments. The distraction strategy is brilliant. Just do stuff side by side. Go for a hike, cook a meal. It lowers the defenses and lets connection happen naturally. Creating simple rituals like how you say goodbye and hello, and just making room for play and laughter. These are incredibly powerful ways to build that secure foundation without all the stress. And all of this brings us to the ultimate goal, the final destination of this journey. Not just changing your behaviors, but actually, fundamentally, rewiring your brain for love. And this is the most hopeful part of all. Our brains are not set in stone. New, positive experiences in a relationship are so powerful that they can literally overwrite the old code. A relationship where your vulnerability is met with kindness and care can revise your most deeply held beliefs about what it even means to be close to someone. Just look at this shift. The old story on the left is all about defense. I have to do everything myself. Getting too close is a trap. I have to find the flaws to stay safe. But the new story on the right, it's about finding strength and connection. It's okay to depend on others. It makes me stronger. Vulnerability is how we build trust. I'm going to choose to focus on the good. This is the real transformation, from surviving alone to truly thriving together. So, you see, the path from avoidant to secure isn't about becoming a different person. It's about updating your brain's software with new, better data. Data that proves connection isn't a threat. It's the source of our greatest strength. So the only question left is, what new story are you ready to write?